Okay, let's try that again. All right, we're in. Wait. All right, we're in. Nice. Yeah. Hey, how's it going? Went to gym, ate protein bar, have coffee. Very good. Yes. We're so in. I'm booting up the project. Give me 1 second though. I gotta put some lotion on my back. I'm feeling a little itchy. Give me 1 sec. I return. Anyways, last stream we did nothing. Hell yeah. This button now works. Very cool. We did some bug fixing. Maybe today we do a little bit more bug fixing. Oh yeah. Maybe a little bit more polishing. How shall I say? A little bit of the polishing. Right, we got to do the quick restart. I think we could do that. Hold on, let's open this bad boy. Yeah, how's everybody doing? What day is it today? Wednesday. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. We should probably get started working on Oh, you know what's really funny? We can actually delete this cube in this level. Because it would only be visible in the other level. Yeah. Where is recent level? It's at the bottom? That's crazy. It would be in the DLC level, which by the way, we have to figure out what the structure of this level is even going to be. I don't know yet. That's going to be interesting. Should it be like a full... Okay, question. Do we decide to go all in on the idea of being able to walk around the DLC main menu? Do we go in on that idea? Do we go in? Do we go in, or do I just not do it? It's a cool wow factor that honestly doesn't require like that much work. First time hearing it, no scope creep. No, literally the idea is you'd have like a button to like free roam and walk around the apartment. Either in first person or in third person. And Starting university in September? Dude, hell yeah, Ben. Hope it goes well, man. You excited? We need some references for this new apartment, though. Let's make a page for this. New background / environment for main menu. Turn into page. Explain. Reformat. No. Turn into page. No, turn this into a page. Man. No, don't know. Notion, you do everything but nothing, huh? Everything but nothing, huh? Skills. I want to turn this into a page. Wait, how do I do this? Link. Add link. New page. I guess I'll go fuck myself. Whatever, fine. There should be a button to add a page inside. Yes, man. DLC apartment. / main menu level. Okay. Then this will link to DLC apartment main menu level. Oh, dude, we're so in. And then rooms. Fancy apartment that DLC owners will be able to see and explore. Okay, rooms. The main office. Am I just gonna copy the penthouse level? No, I think this would be like its own thing. This will most likely be like its own thing that I end up making. The main office would have the normal chapters / series level selection board, modified to look a little cooler. Normal chapter / series levels selection board. I feel like the contracts area should be in a different place. You know what I mean? I feel like it should be in a different place. Like in the living room or something. In a big living room area. Okay, main office, rooms, maybe a bathroom for fun, with a toilet that you can actually interact with. Maybe we just add a bunch of little mini interactable stuff in here. We could add a couple little Easter eggs around. I feel like that'd be kind of fun. That's scope creep, but fun. Fun. Will I be using UE6? I don't know, man. We'll see when it comes out. We'll see when it comes out. I don't trust a word that comes out of Tim Sweeney's mouth. We'll see when it comes out. It'll most likely be shit because Epic has a very good track record of releasing things too early. So we'll see. Yeah. It's insane to think that we'll probably be a year or two of literally no UE updates unless they end up going through with 5.9. That's insane to think about, by the way. Like a full year or two of just nothing. I'm sure they'll probably patch stuff. Maybe. Or maybe they'll just hold it until UE6 so everybody goes to UE6. What do you guys, do you guys have any bets that they're going to change the licensing system for UE6? Any bets? I'm betting $100. Actually, I changed that. I'm betting $250 that they're going to hold a bunch of bug fixing and optimizations to UE6. And then I have a feeling they're going to change the licensing to be more expensive. What do you guys think? Conspiracy theory. You have to send monthly feet pics to Timmy to use the engine? I don't think he wants that, trust me. I think he would specifically have a term that says no feet pics. So main office, bathroom, living room, contracts board. Maybe a fancy kitchen that literally does nothing. Maybe you can cook cookies. Baking mini game. I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that. Or are we? Nah, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Fishing mini. Cook for hire. Little cooking mini game. That'd be kind of funny. No blueprints is a ridiculous move. I don't know, man. We'll see. I'm not gonna go crazy over it. Listen, I'm building my games. I don't need UE6 to build my games. You know what I mean? Main office, bathroom, living room, kitchen, entrance. We don't need this apartment to be massive either. Okay, we'll figure out once we. And then I guess a bedroom. So main office, bathroom, living room, kitchen, entrance / foyer, and bedroom. More than enough, I feel like, to do this. Now, we need some references. Just add a bunch of closed doors. We could do that too. Could do that too. What if we add a little, you know, little train rot inspired puzzle? What's the score for Switzerland versus Canada? Holy shit, halftime? 0-0? What the fuck? What the hell? The probability is leaning towards Switzerland? That's fucking crazy. Battle of the Giants. It's so weird because I'm born in Switzerland, but I live in Canada, so I don't know who to root for. I'm rooting for a draw. I'm rooting for a draw. You can add an area only unlockable after 100%ing the game. We could definitely do some little fun stuff. Like, we could totally do some really fun little things that are just completely on the side. And honestly, I think I fucking will. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, it's scope creep. Whatever. Use your words. Throw your words around with no context. You are right. But also, fuck you. Yeah. I said it. Yeah, I said it. Yeah. 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 Okay, we're gonna need some references of what this apartment's gonna look like. Fancy penthouse in New York. No, just fancy penthouse. Just we don't need to add the New York part. Just fancy penthouse. Oh, dude, we gotta have the wine collection. I don't know what it is about rich people and fucking wine. Why are they so crazy for wine? The hell is your problem, man? I remember playing, I randomly remembered playing a Flash game with Stickman that was also about traveling the world and pulling off assassinations. Flash game with Stickman. Dude, there's probably like 3. Fancy penthouse in New York. Best I can do is 1 bed, 0 bathroom, 10 square feet. Costs $4,000 a month. Also, there's an HOA, $600. Yep. That's New York, baby. Welcome to New York. Oh, some shooting puzzles could be cool. Oh, dude. That'd be sick. In your apartment, you could have a shooting puzzle. Like, not a puzzle, but like a shooting challenge. That could be kind of fun. I could see that being pretty sick. Your very own shooting range in a penthouse. Doesn't get better than that, baby. Doesn't get better than that. All right. Hopefully I don't find any AI generated garbage, which I probably will. Because Google is fucking infested. It is infested. You literally cannot get away with it. I don't think I want a second floor. I think I just want it to be one floor. Oh yeah, this is the color theme I'm thinking about right here. Black, marble, gold, diamond, whatever the fuck. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, man. Slick, fancy, dark. We gotta change the playlist. It's gone off the deep end. The Inscription soundtrack. It's about to get real creepy in here. You're golden. It's taking so long because of the localization. Localization takes a while, man. Won't appending before 2022 work for your search query? I could. Ouch! You could just do a room? Yeah, but where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in that? Hold on. Ouch! This is a sneezing stream. Gesundheit, thank you. Speaking of AI generated, here's the crimmage of the day. All right, here we go. What the fuck? What the fuck? Bro, his shirt is exceeding into his stomach. Why? Why? Okie dokie. Wait, I need more references in this. I can't. A fancy penthouse kitchen. I want to see what the kitchen could look like in this space. Oh shit. Oh shit. Look, oh shit. Can we make this a full page, please? Make this a full page. Where's the button? Where's the mods? Where's the oh, there it is. What the fuck? Why are the images so low quality? You probably have your old references for the penthouse in PureF somewhere. Do I even have references of a penthouse? I guess I do from the last time we worked on it. I suppose we do, don't we? Listen, this is a useless idea, but it's gonna be fucking awesome, okay? There should be like a hidden weapon room somewhere that like requires you to do a sequence of actions. This one's my favorite so far. What is this? Does not look like me. How's the DLC going? Good. Methinks good. Slowly but surely. We've already like fixed a couple things. We're probably gonna like do a little bit of the block out of the apartment today, and then most likely we're gonna do a little bit more bug fixing and polishing stuff if we can. We gotta balance the free update stuff and the DLC stuff. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Kitchen. Yep. I guess we gotta have a balcony, don't we? Oh shit. I'm not looking forward to that part. Part of my brain right now is like thinking of stupid, crazy ideas of things we can do in this space. My brain is leaning in directions of like, oh, what if we got like light switches and like you can change the color of the lights in the apartment. Don't ask me why. For some reason, my brain is going in it's in train rot interactions mode, where just like anything can be interacted with. Oh shit, I have other references of this. I quite literally cannot drag this image. Yes, man. Look at that. That's not the same. That's literally not the same. Is that the same? That's literally not the same kitchen. That's literally a different kitchen. Is that a different kitchen? That literally looks like a different kitchen. Whatever, that's fine. What is this, Sims? Yes. As a matter of fact, yes. I'm getting any inkling of me wanting to do ArcViz, all of it out in one DLC, all in one project, getting it all out. Any inkling of wanting to do any ArcViz, getting all of that out. So I never want to do it ever again. Hell yeah. So now I need references of a penthouse office. What that could look like. Oh, this is definitely going to come up with a lot of AI garbage. Let's try the before 2022 trick. Let's see if that works. Before 2022. I feel like this trick doesn't work anymore, but I could be wrong. This may be why the level I tried to make yesterday failed hard. I just started, didn't look for references. References is everything, man. It helps you so much. I always gather references. That's stage 1. Actually, that's stage 2. Stage 1 is figuring out what the fuck are we doing. And then stage 2 is getting the references. Honestly, I think I might just go off of my own idea for the office. Yep, I'm not finding a single good reference for a penthouse office. Let's do penthouse office without the fancy part. All right. Finding a whole lot of nothing. Okay, well, I think I'm just gonna brainstorm this one myself. Like, we could put this in here. Whatever, fine. Put this in here. This is an ArtStation page. Is this 3D? Wait, this might actually be 3D. What the fuck? That actually looks very, very well done. That is insanely well done. It's a 3D render. That's crazy. That's actually kind of crazy. Hey, freak, how's it going? What's good? What's good? People always ask what's good, but the real question is what's bad. They always ask what is Crimson doing, but never how is Crimson doing. Real question is how is good doing? You know what? That's a good point. That's a good point. You know what? You caught me on that one. Oh shit. No, I wouldn't want like a concrete look. That would look so not good. It needs to be different. It needs to be very different looking. How is it there's no references of a fucking office, man? Do people not have offices in their penthouse? Do they not work a job at all? Jeez. Gonna work a job? Whatever. Okay, I think I got more than enough ideas. The fact UE6 is getting rid of actors and blueprints is crazy. I think the part about actors is okay. If it's a proper full framework that actually works, I think that's okay. Because I kind of understand, like, you know, why they're doing it, I guess. Because I guess actors and components are limiting. But, like, honestly, at the same time, like, why don't you just... I don't know. Improve the actor component system. That's just me. That's coming out of a perspective of ignorance, not knowing enough. Yeah. Ow! Dude, I'm so sore and dying. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see, man. Talk to me in 2 years when UE6 releases. Isn't there apparently already a GitHub repo for UE6? How's that looking? Has anybody like actually like looked at that repo yet? Like, is there anything different in that repo? Is there anything physically different in that thing? They took it down? It's 404 for me. Are you logged in with like a UE approved user? I don't know, probably not. Holy shit, Switzerland 1-0. Oh my god. What? Verse is in the engine now? Is it already in the engine? So is it basically just the UEFN build, but as UE5? I'm not downloading that shit? What do you mean? You don't want to compile 100 gigabytes of fucking shit? What do you mean? I wish I put my skill points, my game dev skill points, into learning any other game engine. Is that wrong to say? It's apparently 1 terabyte? Get the fuck out of here. No, get out of... No, it's that's not... That can't be... No. The Source Engine build is 1 terabyte currently? When you compile it. No, it's 400 gigabytes. I compiled it a few days ago. Listen, that's better, but still fucking horrendous, Lewis. That's... No, actually, it's not 2 explosives that went off. It's just 1. If you are building for Source, it takes a lot more space. I know it does. It sucks. Can you, start spending more time in Godot, do some night streams if you want? Dude, here's the problem. You know what, let's talk about this a little bit. Let's go to, let's make a new page. 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 If I were to move to Godot, things I would have to make to match my workflow to a degree from UE. I would need an animation system. Preferably node graph based. Don't know if Godot has one. A material graph system. I have no idea how HLSL or any written shader code has an animation and material graph. Do they work well? They have visual shaders now? Okay, awesome. Is it included by default? Cool. Got that there. I would love to see what the animation system looks like. What else would I have to do? A nav mesh system, which I'm sure slash A-star pathfinding. Yeah, console slash mobile support. I don't know what the dealio is with that. Actually, I don't care about mobile. Sorry, remove that. I don't give a fuck about mobile. What are some other things I would need to make? An input system. Some sort of UI slash widget blueprint comparable system. UI in Godot is easy, far easier to be honest. I did see that like getting into Godot a little bit, at least from a very beginning standpoint, there's a node called there's like a parent node called like operator or whatever the fuck it's called, and that's primarily for UI stuff. Control, that's the one. Thank you. Yeah. But it does seem like it has a pretty comparable system in terms of like slapping buttons in and stuff like that. I'd be amazed if Godot was anywhere near UE on animation support. Honestly, even at a basic / intermediate degree, that's fine. I can probably learn how to do other stuff, but like, yeah. What are some other things that I use on a daily basis? Like, for all I know, there could be so many things that I would neglect. Like level transitioning. Save file system. Multiplayer. Big one, because I'm trying to go into multiplayer a lot more these days. / co-op. / networking support. Texture streaming, occlusion culling. Yeah, texture streaming / occlusion / frustum culling. Any of that bullshit. It was all new for me, so I don't know. That's the thing. I'd have to probably learn how to code stuff. A lot of this kind of stuff, which a lot of it is more visual in UE for me. Input system was actually pretty cool. I tried doing multiplayer Godot, and it was pretty straightforward, but it was a basic game. They don't have texture streaming, though. Interesting. Interesting. I don't think any assets are streamed at the moment. Wait, what do you mean by that? Do you mean that the entire game, or like all of your assets in the scene are loaded? SAS is missing this right now. Yeah, unless you handle the loading manually. See, like, I don't even know where to get fucking started doing that kind of shit myself. I'm gonna be honest. That's where like my, my limitations of knowledge. And then one could say, well, just learn it. Okay, motherfucker, how much? Listen, I'm 28. I'm turning 30 soon in 2 years. Not even. I'm not that smart when it comes to programming to that extent. I'm just a guy doing stuff. Doing things. I'm done for. I'm 32. I see a typo in your doc. It says, if I were to move to Godot. I think you meant when. Are we transitioning to Godot? No, I'm more just like writing down the stuff that I would miss out on. So you guys are saying there's an animation system. Can I find this somewhere? Godot animation graph. Using animation tree. Huh? Godot is one of the most flexible animation systems that you can find in any game engine. That's a statement. That is a statement. That is insane. Who wrote this? I guess it works, right? It's not the fanciest looking thing visually, but if it works, right? Like, that's all that matters. We have transitions between, I'm assuming, an enum. Oh, interesting. You can even do what seems like 2D slash UI element stuff. Am I correct in assuming that's more like 2D sort of? God, this fucking UI must be old.
Shit my pants, I did.
Cool. They got a blend space graph. Cool. Cool. Dig it. Thank you for the prime. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's what ultimately kept me off Godot. 3D features are nowhere near Unreal. If they are, they're really inperformant or only suited for a handful of cases. That's another thing. I probably have to do a lot in terms of rendering, 3D rendering features. And I don't even know where to get started on that. Ben, thank you for the prime as well. Thank you. Well, thank you. I wouldn't risk your career on some kind of moral move to Godot. Oh, brother, Simon. I don't give a fuck about morals. I live by my own morals. I don't care about that shit. It's more so... it will probably get to a point where I will be just sticking with one version of UE and will never upgrade ever again. I'll probably have to learn a lot more C++. And I think that's probably the better way of going, is just learn C++ and try to make a source version of it. But, dude, doing any sort of source build stuff is such a huge pain in the ass. And then you have to share your source version with everyone else, which then means you have to share like 400 gigabytes or whatever the fuck. Now, of course, you could probably just make a branch of it and put it on GitHub and then share that with people. So then you don't have to put that space on your like Perforce server, for example. But yeah. Very common in the game dev community to be led down a garden path in these things by people with no business sense. Trust me, I know. Trust me. There is a lot of opinionated motherfuckers out there. Is it 2-0? Switzerland? No fucking way. No way, dude. Wait. No, my God, you're right. Monzombie. Holy moly. That's actually kind of crazy. Switzerland going off. What the fuck? No. Don't go crazy yet. Canada could very well come back. And that's okay if they do. Listen. Whoever wins, I'm okay with that. I support both teams. I'm gonna have to watch the highlights. Am I gonna use GDScript or C#? If I were to go to Godot, I'd probably just pick up C#. Just because I really don't like tabulation-based code. Trying to fuck around with GDScript, I'm like, I hate this. I hate this. Oh, man. The source itself is not large, but the compiled binaries are. Listen, I've had one experience already with UE424 or UE426 trying to do a source version with Suit for Hire, and I encountered new bugs that were not even in the other thing, which was crazy. I looked at AngelScript a little bit. I thought it was very cool. My only problem with it is like, I'm too inexperienced with C++, and if something were to go wrong and then I can't repair the issue, I'm kind of like fucked, which is not great, obviously, but yeah. I will say the UI is much nicer than UE, coming from a software engineer background, but I expect the opposite for the other way around. I don't know about you, brother, but I do not like the Godot UI too much. At least from these images. I know there's someone I follow on Twitter that did like a whole rework of the UI, and I think they actually pushed some of those changes to the actual like version, but yeah. Epic CEO has opinions. There's some Godot developers that, as far as I know, have opinions as well. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's got opinions. Don't get me wrong, yeah. Some of the shit Tim Sweeney says, I'm just kind of like shaking my head. Shaking my head. I be shaking my head. Anyways, there's a lot that I'd have to do. And honestly, at that point, I'd probably rather just learn C++ and just go from there, but yeah. That's my song. I made it myself. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know if I care. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I care. I think they got to blunder UE6 really fucking hard, and at that point, I'll just stick to UE5. Help if you need it. Yeah, maybe. I've been trying to plan out like a little incremental game that would be basically mostly just 2D. And, you know, using time whenever I can. But the thing is, the core design is very, like, reminiscent of RNG Doll, and I don't want to make a game that's, like, copying something else. I'm not a big fan of doing shit like that too much, so... I would like to figure out a way of doing, like, a number go-up game that's an incremental game. It could be kind of cool. Godot nerds will still be here if you... to help if you need it? Maybe. This is not me, like, shitting on Godot, by the way. I don't want anyone to take it that way. I'm not the type of person that goes around and just shits on random pieces of software like a doofus. I think people that do that need to turn off social media, maybe the internet, and lock in, work on some stuff. Crimdole? It is Crimdole time. Can't believe it's already been 1 hour. So productive. RNG Dole common. Oh, shit. Mine hasn't reset. But this was mine's from yesterday. Look at that shit. Damn, dog. Top 8%. Top 8% next roll in 3 hours. Will the stream continue by then? We'll see. Will it live on? We shall see. Unable to resolve property background color from menu button instance? What? What? What are you saying? Okay. Okay. Well, we got some references of what we would do for the apartment. And we also kind of have a little bit of an idea of, like, maybe the structure. I think I want to do a little top-down painting. Top-down sketch. Figure out, like, where the rooms are going to be. And then... yeah. But not for now. What I am going to do is we're going to do a little bit of polish stuff. Let's go ahead and go to the dev level. Can we maybe improve some stuff for the free part of the update? Because remember, we gotta separate a little bit of the two, right? We got the DLC part and then the free update part. I'm not gonna lie. I know I have aim down sight system as maybe, but I really do kind of want to do it. But there's one big problem. Which fucking button do we put it on? Right click right now is the punch button. Do we make it an optional thing for players that want to be more focused on gunplay? I feel like players would like it. Damn, still 2-0. That's insane. Keep me updated on the score, guys. ADS toggle with scroll wheel, maybe? What button do... Can you put the punch on right mouse button up? And only start aiming after a certain short amount of time, like 0.3 seconds? Can you put the punch on right mouse button up? And only start aiming after a certain short amount of time, like 0.3 seconds. Do you mean like they have to hold the button to aim down sight? That might be very confusing. What if we because a part of me is thinking we just make it so aim down sight is a optional thing for players to kind of add in if they want to. But I bet you a lot of players are going to be into that. But if we make right mouse button the default, I don't know if I'd want to make it like a hold or whatever system. I don't know if that would work too well. I think the keybinds are too cluttered to add an ADS. That's kind of part of the problem, but I do think an ADS would be great. The keybinds are very cluttered, dude. What's see, like, aim down sight could be left trigger because that's also punch. How do you do these nice outlines? Which ones? Of the weapons? It is a duplicate mesh with a shader that turns the normals inside out and then scales them outward. And that's it. There you could see like there's a little bit of like weird fuckery in certain spots, like right at the tip of the barrel and stuff. So there are some little fuckery spots because it's the exact same mesh. If I did a different mesh, what I would do is remove all of the hardened normals or hardened edges, and I think that would work fine because it would be one enclosed thing. But I'm not about to do that for every single fucking weapon. Who cares, man? I don't think nobody care about that. Let's be real. Could use overlay materials, I think. I don't want it. That's fine. Why not jump flood? What's jump flood? I don't know what that is. Does the incendiary shot have a very short effective range, or is it just me? I think the range of it is a little bit shorter. I think what I want to do for this update, though, I'm probably going to add it to the list, is being able to put enemies on fire so they take dot damage. That being said, I have to figure out if that's going to be difficult or not. But I do think that would be a good change. The game now has first person. Whoa. Jump flood algo? That's fine, man. Listen. It's already done. What's done is done. We don't need to do more. You know what I mean? If it works, right? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how we would do. That's why I put the aim down sight system as maybe. But man, I feel like it could be cool. The only problem is James Bond has punching and kicking, doesn't it? Can someone... Should I buy the game? Competitive research? Yeah? What are the keys? What are the inputs for that game? Taking a break from the friend slop? Mixing things up. We got basically we're good 2 games at once. Or well, not 2 games. This is the DLC. We're working on the DLC for Superfire, and then we are still working on the train rot. The friend slot. Can I see what the... I'm hearing cheering. Does that mean it's 2-1? It is 2-1. Okay. Damn. First Light shortcuts. Is this a whole ass website literally just for shortcuts? That's crazy. Wait. Sprint, crouch, agility. My inner negativity gremlin wants to say he doesn't see a reason to have aim down sights as a system. Okay, what the fuck? Say zoom. Kick door is left click. All right. It's probably not needed. Oh, they have charged strikes. That's what they're doing. Boom, 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 boom. But can't you combine... Wait. No fucking way. In James Bond, do you have to aim down sight to shoot? Wait, I based on how I'm looking at this, weapon aim hold. Hold shoot. That's how it is in many third person shooters. I don't know if I would change that for this game. I don't know if I would do that for this game. Yeah, I don't know, Ralphocopter. I don't know if I would... I don't know if I would make that big of a change. Just to add an aim down sight. Or not even an aim down sight. Literally just like a zoom. Maybe slow down the movement a little bit. So players can kind of like aim a little bit more. You know, anything like that. But, that's too much, man. I think that would have been something I should have thought of while just working on the game. That's very interesting, though. To shoot, you have to hold the right mouse button. Very interesting. Yeah, honestly, the more we look at the aim down sight stuff, the more I'm just thinking, Who cares? Hold on. Screams at wall. Resident Evil uses left click as the interact key. And people say my game has shitty controls. Uncharted 4 has shooting without ADS and punching though. Can't you aim down sight in Uncharted 4? Maybe I'm thinking of Uncharted 3. I don't know, we'll see. I think it could be cool, but I don't think we would have it enabled by default. You know what I mean? You know, I don't think it would be something we'd have enabled. I think it'd be something for the people that are like really into just shooting first, and then they could put like melee on something else. Maybe we could do like a preset input system. So there's like a preset where it's like default, and then one that's focused on like having aim down sight and then not having aim down sight. Literally just like a few buttons adjusted. Anyways, I'm not going to work on that right now. I think there's other things we can work on right now. Is this a new game? This is Minecraft. Minecraft. Uncharted is F as a melee key. For us, we have F as the kick key. F is the kick key. I guess we could always just move the punch key to V. I miss when this was a train slap stream. Don't worry, we'll work on that later. Don't you worry, we'll work on that later. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing. Animation state indicating when all nearby enemies are eliminated. Bring you back to riding the train on the dev level in Ronin. Oh, dude. Slicing open boxes. Randomly running and climbing walls. Not getting anything done. Those were the days. Those were the days. Quick restart. Let's make this work in the death screen. Let's get that working. Let's make that work. Hell yeah, let's make that work. Where the fuck I am? Death screen? Huh? Death screen. Yes, man. There should be at begin play a connection to the input action. Reload. Aha. Yes. Yes. Okay, look for input action, reload. Okay, there we go. Good. Good. F it, drop everything, go make Ronin. No, I do think the DLC is the play. And working on the friend swap. Although the friend swap is proving to be very challenging from a game design standpoint. It's challenging me as a developer, which I think will allow me to grow as a developer, you know? Doing things like horror is very new to me. So, yeah, I'm okay with that. UI controller zoom? What do you mean? UI controller zoom. What do you mean by this? Is all logic and blueprints? For the most part. For the most part. Oh, I'm looking at the axis mappings. Quick restart. Aha! It's set to none by default. Good. But it is just called quick restart. Okay. Then we got to create an event for this. Restart is just called on quick reload. Where's quick? Where the fuck? Quick reload. Death menu restart event. Wait. Wait, what? I thought this is a full restart. Bind event to continue button. On-clicked restart button. Bind event to continue button. Restart event. What? I think we just got to call death menu restart event. I think that's it. Death menu restart event. Yes, man. Yes. Although the reload here calls quick reload. Quick reload. Oh, if true, it'll hit the continue. Past me, you stupid fuck. What kind of code is this? Speedrunner nitpick observation. In gameplay timer shows 1 number after the decimal. Result screen timer shows 2. There's 1 number after the decimal. Result screen timer shows 2. Okay, hold on. I'll look at that. We could potentially change that. I think maybe that might have been so the game isn't too distracting. The timer isn't too distracting. What the fuck's the button? What's the button to take damage? Gop! I do not have a button to inflict damage upon... Well, maybe the timer in here... Ah, you're right. Yeah, it's 2 decimal points. Yeah. We can... I can quickly change that. But first, hold on. What was I doing first? Oh, wait. Quick restart will then restart the level. Let me double check that works first. Settings, input. Make this T. Sorry for the distraction. No, you're good, man. You're good. Listen, that's the whole stream. All right. I set the button to the same button for throwing. I knew T was not right. Okay. All right. That now works in there. Then the UI. Player HUD, I believe was the name of it. I remember this. I'm the guy, I made this. Oh, even in the preview it shows the double decimal. Oh. Divide by 100. Milliseconds divide by 100. Left count 1. Returns the leftmost given number of characters. What? What is that 0 doing there? The fuck? Mm-hmm. I divided this. Oh yeah, see, it's having that number go up and down that quick. Well, okay, first, before we determine the is there a way to make it so it requires 2 spacing? I'll fix the jitter first, but then we can determine if we want to go through with it, because the main thing is if the amount of movement happening might be a bit too much, might be a bit distracting, even if it's not jittering. I'm going to try to make it so it doesn't jitter. So I should be able to. There should be a way of making some empty space. What was it called? White space? No. Space? No. What is that called? Is that even a name? Pad the right of the string for a specified number of characters. Would that work? Pad the left of the string for a specified number of characters. Pad the left of the string for a specified number of characters. I think the thing is, if I do that, I think it's always going to be padded. Well, that technically works. However, I would prefer it to be just a 0. Hold on, let's see. What is that number that is causing that? Is it just 1? It's when it's at the 1. This is stupid, but whatever. Fuck it. There's one way of doing it. Yeehaw. You ever see some spaghetti code that looks like this? There we go. Look how much smoother that looks. Is it distracting though, having that number go up? I feel like it is a bit distracting. You can't really see what the fuck the number on the right is doing. It's going so fast. Matrix. The Matrix. I think it might be better to just have the singular digit. When you finish the level, does the timer pause during the fade into the results screen? I don't know if this one pauses, but the actual time does pause. I think immediately once it's marked as complete. I'm pretty sure that's the exact point in time where but I don't know if it pauses. That's a good question. Oh, it does. Oh, well, kind of. It's because time gets slowed down, but you saw that it was 89. And 89 appears here. So it is using the right time. However, it's just instead of us completely pausing the game when you finish a level, we set the time to be really, really slow. I think it'd be better to do the 1 digit. I think the 2 digit is a bit a little bit overkill. Level times without needing to wait for the level time to show up on the results screen. If you spam click, it should finish it faster. So if you spam click it a bunch, maybe I can make it so it goes even faster. Or, did I make a setting that instantly shows you the settings? Is there a setting in here that instantly shows you settings? Maybe that could be the resolution to all of this. Because if you spam click, it'll appear faster. It still has a little bit of like a, hold on. Let me see if I can make it so if you double click, it just goes instantly. Or like semi-instantly. Wasn't it like chapter results? Chapter end chapter screen. So there should be something in here for left clicking. Oh, it only sets the playback speed to 5. Oh, it's any key? Okay, let's do this. I got a better idea. Let's do this. I got a... Wait, no fucking way. I can only set the playback speed? I can't get the playback speed? Two to 1 final? No way. Yo, what? Switzerland, holy shit. I gotta watch that match, man. Holy moly. Damn. Cool. That's insane. Is the roguelike map going to be randomly generated? How do you plan to gauge time completed for this? I don't think it'll be randomly generated. I think it'd be, I think not monsters. So what I was saying, the enemies will probably be randomly generated, like their positionings. But, and then maybe we could figure out a way to randomly generate like little elements and objects and stuff. Maybe weapon placements could be very cool, but I'm not sure about like the level being randomly generated. I think that would be like pre-built. They'd be pre-built levels. I don't know how I could make a fun, cool looking action movie set that's randomly generated. I don't, it'd be an interesting challenge. I've never done procedural generation to that extent either, so you're actually pulling my fucking leg. You can only set the playback speed. You cannot read the playback speed. What about prefab buildings? Just swap them out? That's the thing. I don't know. Like, I guess if we do like a really basic room structure, I think it's fine, but I don't know. I think I'm more so leaning into the set is pre-built, but the objects and the interactables inside are the ones that get randomized. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we end up doing. It would have been really nice to just get what the playback speed is. Let's do this though. I'm just gonna make a variable called skip attempt. We'll make it a float. And then we'll take the skip attempt. So skip attempt will start at 1. And then we'll multiply it by 3. And then set the skip attempt to that value. And then that means that we can then use the skip attempt as the playback speed if you click. And then that way what you can do is spam click when you see the results screen. And if you click a bunch, it'll instantly pull up. Thoughts? Huh? Doesn't mean you have to click a bunch, or you can press a key as well. I think if you just click W. I feel like that's a pretty good middle ground kind of thing. I do notice, however, I'm gonna make this 2.3, very specific number. It's just a very specific number. I thought about it in my brain, okay? However, I did notice that one animation after the other playback speed, open results, open challenges. Okay. Let's take this and multiply this by the current skip attempt. Then that way when this opens up, whatever you spam clicked at the beginning will also apply to the next menu, so you don't have to keep clicking. Yes. Hey, there we go. I think that's a good middle ground. We don't need another toggle button because I'm too lazy to fucking get it going. And it works for everyone. If there's spam clicking, then everything will appear a lot faster. I think that works pretty well. I really do think we could probably make some improvements to that UI, but honestly, I listen to one thing at a time. There we go. Clicking faster, clicking multiple times in end chapter results screen will make animations go quicker. Ready or Not soundtrack. It's so good, man. It's actually insanely good. Is this Unity? This is Jai. This is Jai. You think that would piss off Jonathan Blow? Holy line trace, Batman. I do have to turn them off. It's been such a long time. What do they do? When we throw weapons, it just shows me the trajectory. I do have to turn it off, though. The fan out lines when you jump? Oh. That is a system to help determine where you might want to jump. And also to help with, like, windows. Which I think there's some stuff we still have to fix. So if you're trying to jump through a window or jump through like a tight hallway space, it kind of helps lead the dive in the direction it needs to go. But I think it requires both sides to be closed off. So that's basically it. I do think we could probably do it in these corner walls as well. I really do think we could probably do it here as well. Crazy idea. I kind of just want to see what an aim down sight system would look like. Can I be real with you? Can I be Is it stupid? Yeah, but I like to do stupid things. Listen, some people said that putting in third person was stupid. And now look at us. Look. Like Ghost Recon, not directly aiming down, like as in like in first person. It's more like just kind of zooming in, so then you can take like more accurate shots. We could put in you know, like aim down sight sensitivity modifier. So then if you want to be like more accurate with your shots, you know, shit like that, I guess. Apparently, Rockstar patented some procedural interior generation tech within the past few years. Wonder how it adds to the gameplay if you can theoretically go into every home. That's what they're using it for. Can I be real with you guys? I know some of you are going to be mad at me for saying this. I think GTA 6 is overhyped. Also, fuck them for... I hate their super predatory practices that they do. Oh, hey, let's release on console and then never talk about PC, but then we release it on PC 2 years later, so then people buy like the console version and then buy the PC version. Oh yeah, also, by the way, there's a Platinum Edition that unlocks fucking shops and also missions. You have to pay $20 extra for that. Oh, by the way, the game's gonna cost like $80 default. Oh yeah, by the way, go fuck yourself. Here's some shark cards that you can buy. This is the single most overhyped piece of media ever, IMO. So stupid. I will be buying it on PC release. Don't get me wrong, I'll probably buy it on PC release too, but I'm not buying it on console. If the AAA games normalize $100 price tag, then indies can also start asking for more. The problem with the gaming space is it is so funny because it's such a growing space, yet it is the one space that has not really caught up with inflation in the whole scheme of things. And maybe that's why the gaming space has grown in comparison to a lot of other spaces, is because of the fact that the pricing hasn't evolved with inflation. And it is maybe a little bit more accessible for certain people to a degree, right? Obviously there is a barrier of entry. You either got to get a console or a PC or whatever, right? That's, you know, that's a fair point. should be paying a lot more for games technically. You go to a theater, it costs 20 bucks, 25 bucks for the ticket. It costs 30 bucks for the popcorn. It's a 2-hour or 3-hour movie. Now, to be fair, maybe the quality is different. You go play a game, you get like 200, 300 hours of gameplay in certain games. Insane quality, insane return from an hour standpoint. And gamers love to look at it from an hour standpoint. So here I am using the same fucking take against them from an hour playtime standpoint. Listen, motherfucker, you buy a steak, guess what? 5-minute playtime. That steak's gone in 5 minutes. It's fucking gone. You gonna use the same take on a steak? That ribeye is fucking gone, and so is your $80. It makes my tummy feel good. It makes your tummy feel good for about, what, 2 hours? Not even? Anyways, no, it's me trolling. But honestly, when you really, gamers love to use the playtime argument, but it's like, okay, well, let's just use that to everything else then. Rockstar and Take-Two have successfully managed to burn all the goodwill I've had for them. Never gave them any more money ever again for any reason. I don't know, dude. I just think it's super overhyped, but, you know, it's just me. That's just me. Like, GTA 5 was cool, but can I be real? I kind of just preferred GTA 4. Like, controls and everything. Like, the driving was kind of fun in GTA 5, but honestly, I think I had more fun with the driving in GTA 4. It was just so much more playful. The GTA 4 cars handled like ass, literal boats. That's what made it fun! I feel like they're trying to go too realistic on that shit. Even though GTA was always meant to be kind of a sort of arcadey kind of world in some way. You didn't like the flying bikes with rocket launchers? God. Has everybody forgotten about that in online? That they added that shit? How cool the cars looked. The driving in Cyberpunk was so ass. Yeah, it was kind of like... It was a little bit disappointing. It was extremely disappointing, actually. It felt as stiff as Watch Dogs driving. Like you jump off a fucking thing and then suddenly your car's flat. It's like your car is like not. It's. I think the thing is they never cared too much about the physics aspect of it, but like you gotta let the player fuck up a little bit. Let them. You know what I mean? You know. Driving felt a tad bit off. I think CD Projekt Red definitely made a comeback for that game. Without a doubt. I think that game is now like a beloved classic now, I feel like. All right, so if I were to do an aimed out search system. If I were to I love Dev, I think you might want to change the wording for that quickly. Cyberpunk, that is. Okay, good. Okay, good. You're safe for now. It's a little violent. I hated the way you had to tap the acceleration key to actually get off without spinning. Don't forget, by the way, Rockstar games love to make it so you have to spam a key to sprint. Love that. I'm curious to see what kind of new innovations they've come up with GTA 6, but if it's just GTA 5, but with like maybe like a slick visual coat of paint, man, I could give less of a shit. The driving, there's got to be some really interesting stuff in there. There's got to be something like, I should be able to turn my car into like a metal box, just like how you could in GTA 4 if you drove into the swing. I loved doing that. I don't know why. I spent hours doing that in GTA 4. Driving into the swing and then your car fucking flying away and then it turned into a box. And then you could still drive it sometimes. Rockstar games are so boring gameplay-wise. I gotta say, story is decent though. Should we make it so vehicles can explode? Why limit yourself with reality is a term that stuck with me a long time ago in all these games with shitty-ass floated controls reminds me of that. I 100% agree. And then gamers are always saying, oh, I want it to be more realistic. No, 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 no. You don't want it to be more realistic. You want it to be more believable. That's what you actually want. You want it to be more believable, not realistic. Do you want it to be realistic? Okay, you go, you accidentally fall down a staircase, you snap your fucking neck, you're in the hospital. Now you have to wait 3 weeks to 3 months before you can play the game again. Okay, realism. Can you turn this game into GTA instead? You still have a bit less than 5 months. It's doable. I wonder where that guy is. I was working on that GTA 6 game by AI slopifying it. Wait, no way. Wait, when someone loses in the World Cup, they lose a point? Am I seeing this right? No, 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 that's, no, 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 it is right. They didn't lose a point. They have 3 and 1. Okay. You're following him too? That shit is abysmal? No, I just randomly look at it sometimes because someone in a Discord posted it and I thought it was funny. I thought it was pretty funny. The GD would have gone down. Ah, that's what it is. It's the GD. And GD is goal differential? Goal difference? Goal... I check in on him every day. What's the new thing with that guy? What's the dealio with So, wait, the physical version of GTA 6 includes a download code in the box. Does it not include a CD? Wait. Wait. The physical version doesn't even have a CD? What's the point of the physical version? Are we for real? Is that just so you can give gifts to people? What the hell is the fucking point? A disc in this economy? That's another $20 if you want the CD? Wait, you're fucking kidding. And people glaze this fucking company? Come on. Come on, guys. It's like glazing McDonald's. Get the fuck out of here. What's this? Oh, looking good, man. The handguards are looking a little too... obviously it's work in progress. There's some little soft bits that are a little too soft. But looking good, man. On this, on the note of realism, the Titaned mod series for the 3D GTA games has a gag in San Andreas about American healthcare. The first time you get wasted, the mod says, since this is America, you need to pay your hospital bill, and sends you into the red by taking away $500,000. Then immediately gives it back and says, just kidding, but can you imagine if I really did that? Well, I'm trying to scroll up. Oh, whatever, fuck it. Just go in here. I'm kidding, but I wouldn't rule it out. Dude, Rockstar would do something like that, and people would pay the extra 20 bucks for it. It's probably just because it's 120 gigabytes plus, and they don't want to ship it on 2 to 3 discs because lol, cost savings. No, I think the reasoning is because they don't want people sharing the game to friends and family. I think that's honestly the biggest thing. Now, of course, you could share an account with friends and family. Because you could just have it on one disc and then make it download the game. How do you sell a code to GameStop? You don't. Why would you want to sell anything to GameStop? They'd give you 3 pennies and a fucking pocket lint. I still remember when I traded a game in and they gave me like 20 bucks for it, and it was a new game. It was literally a new game that, like, I don't remember which game it was, but I thought that was fucking insane. GameStop won't even spit on you for the stuff you traded. They'll try to sell the spit. This spit's gonna cost you money. Okay, I really want to add a name down the site. Call me stupid. Call me crazy. Call me insane. I will. You can. Yeah. Call me crazy. Fix camera / aim spot staying the same between top down and third person. Right. Dude, I have no idea how we're going to fix that. I think I've tried to fix that multiple times. So the problem is if you aim... I think if you aim in top down, it works. But when you go from... third person to top down, it doesn't work very well because for some reason I gotta figure it out, like what it is, but setting the mouse cursor doesn't work very well. Set bool cvar third person mode. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Get bool cvar. Oh no. Wait. Set camera mode. Wait. We got it. Here, I'm assuming it sets the control rotation based on the mouse plane intersection. Gotcha. Are people really switching a lot in levels? Maybe not, but I think it's still something to fix. You know what I mean? I think there's some people that have asked for it, right? And it's something worth looking back on and trying to fix again. See right here, is game paused, not paused, set the mouse position. Oh, right now I think what we do is we set the mouse position to the very center of the screen. Can you fix it? I always have to press P when I load the game. Again, it's annoying. Did you go to the settings menu and then change it in gameplay? You might have to change your default mode here. So when you load in the game, if you go in here and then switch that to on, you should be good. That being said, when you hit P, it should technically, maybe it's not saving the mode. I think I've seen some people get confused about that. Maybe I can look into doing that and saving it as the actual setting. Hold on, I need to get a drink. I'm gonna get my Thai tea. One second. I return. So yeah, I don't really know how we can determine where you were aiming to then set the mouse position to that exact point. I've tried to do it and I've failed because I lack the prowess. Should be a world screen space thing in UE. I've tried using that. For some reason, it just didn't work. Micro, will you adopt Verse when UE6 comes out or stay with UE5? Probably just going to stay with UE5, man. UE6 would have to really solve some big issues for me to make that big of a change. And then additionally, they're going to switch to an entire ECS kind of system with scene graph, which I'm all for. I'm all for learning that if it's like much more performative, you know, performant and whatnot. But man, it'd have to be a big sell. And I don't trust Epic anymore. They've lost my trust over the years. So we'll see. I think somebody asked the same thing earlier and I completely dodged that question. Or I didn't dodge it, I forgot to answer it. My bad, sorry. Sorry, my B. My bad. Who was that? That asked that? Oh, it was you, Bear Buddhist. You asked it. Yeah, you did. Yeah. Sorry, my bad, man. My bad, brother. Sir, the brain rot has infiltrated the chat. No, it's not brain rot. It's just Bluetooth. So if I set the X and the Y to 0, is it going to set it to the corner? It sets it to the corner. Okay. Screen resolution device. Well, that's how we have it right now as the default. That being said, desired new mouse position. We're about to do something real stupid. Yeah. Wait, hold on. This needs to be a int 2 vector 2 the int 32 int 2 int with 2. Hello, where's the int with 2 values? There should be one. Where the fuck is it? Whatever. Vector 2D. Suck my balls. Let's just do that. We'll just round it. If this equals 0, 0. Select. If false, do this. If true, do this. Go what? X, Y. Ah! Don't mind me. That's it. The gulag for you. I need to stop playing PoE2 and actually get on some of the UE stuff, but too much slack. Man, I really tried to get into PoE2, but it just didn't get me in. It couldn't draw me in. I couldn't, I could not be drawn in. I'd rather boot up Deadlock than PoE2. I think the thing is, maybe the class I'm playing is just not for me. I saw someone playing the Marauder, the guy with the bow, the guy with the crossbow, and that looked way more up my alley. So maybe I'm just playing the wrong. I'm playing the... It's either the witch or the other, like, class type. It's either the witch or the alchemist, or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. I played Ranger on PoE2 release, or whatever the fuck it was. It was ass. Felt so slow. I felt like I was playing Dark Souls. I'm like, where the fuck is... This is not the type of ARPG I'm interested in. I think I actually booted up PoE1 at that time and played that instead. So I don't know. Maybe they've made huge changes to Ranger. Makes it a lot more enjoyable, but on release, not fun. It was not fun. It actually like turned me off from the game, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna wait till this fleshes out a little bit more. Okay, so desired new mouse position. No, don't make a camera mode. Camera mode. Do I set the camera mode after all is done? Yes. So I can get the past camera mode. If this is equal to third person, make this a sequence. God, I gotta say, dude, the Ready or Not soundtrack is so minimal, but it's so fucking good. It's so good. Holy moly. What an insanely good soundtrack. All right, so then from here, we want to set the desired new mouse position. To, I'm being distracted. Help. Okay. How the hell do we determine this? Well, the problem is... Oh, you know what? This is wrong. We should rename this. 3 mouse position. The mouse position in 3D space. And this should actually be just a normal vector. And then yeah. Okay, this is the plan. This is the plan. I can't switch this value. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Okay. Hold on. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 2. I need the crosshair. I'm trying to remember. Get world position. Okay. Trying to remember all of my like systems in this game because we haven't worked on this in a while, so I'm trying to figure this all out. So then we have the position. At this point, we've switched the camera to top down. So from here, can we use the third person mouse position to determine where it should go? Mouse, cursor, world, project world to screen, project world location to widget position. Technically not what I want, but let's try it. Okay, let's take a look-see. Take a look-see. So, nope. Nope. It's still not fucking working, man. See, this is the problem I was having. Let's try viewport relative. Project the world location to widget position. Man. World to screen. Let's try this one. It's literally the same node. In fact, I think I vividly remember us looking at this node and actually finding it in the exact node that we just used. I think it was the exact same node. Is that going in the center? Wait, wait a second. Hey, is that being set? Excuse me? Are you for... False. 1281629. True. What even is the return value? Is the return value if it was able to find it? Ugh. Can you make the camera switch animated? It looks so robotic. Are you trying to make everybody that plays this game puke? Because that's what's gonna happen. I don't know if I want like an animation or anything when they switch between them. I thought about it though. But I just don't know if it would look very good. It's going to the center of the screen. This fucking stupid shit game hates me. Why can't I just set the mouse cursor to the location that I was looking at in the... World to screen. World to screen. Let's do screen. It's probably out of bounds. Do you think that's what's causing it to just default to the center? You might be right. Let's see. What about if it's over here? YMC. Okay, dude. Can we just have? Can I? Project world to screen, eh? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't even know how I could code this myself. I literally, hold on. Reading code. Would you like to? No, just open it here, man. Project world to screen. It gets the local player. If LP and LP. Ooh, local player. Gotcha. Viewport client. Get the projection data. Fscene view projection data. Compute view projection matrix. Post process world to screen. If B player viewport relative, screen position, F vector data, get constrained view rectangle. Compute view projection matrix? Get view projection matrix. Desired view. What? Holy shit. Okay. I see. I'm not gonna touch that. I ain't touching that. Project the world to screen with scene view. See, this is what I mean. This is outside of my territory. If you asked me to code this shit in Godot, I would have been like, nope. We're not doing that. Grok? No. Um. Um. I was always going for the quickest implementation possible and will later improve it on it, even when I told it not to do it 100 times. Referring to AI for code is a sign of weakness. Sign of weakness. Hold on, I gotta, hold on. Uh. If you put the wrong amount of space in encoding like you have up there, could it throw the whole thing off? Like this? Luckily, the beautiful thing about C++ is these spaces do not matter. Between wordings and shit? Hold on. Sorry. In Python, the spaces matter. That's the thing. Verse is going to be the same way. And hell no, brother. Hell no, brother. Hell no, brother. Yeah, Advar, am I making a new game? I'm working on a DLC for a game that I made called Suit for Hire. Right now, though, trying to figure out how we can make it so the mouse cursor can stay where it was. I'm just kind of reading the C++ code to kind of get maybe a little bit of an understanding of how this worked. Okay, just to make sure that this is working, let's draw a debug point at the position. Size 5, duration, just so we can be certain that that is getting the correct location. Better to, okay. Okay, that's correct. That's correct. Is trainer benched or flushed? No, I'm still working on it. Do you see the text on the right side of the screen over there? Found a non-critical bug when you frame forward into a jumps landing. In a jumps landing with photo mode, leaving photo mode will not revert to normal game speed. Into a jumps landing with photo mode, leaving photo mode will not revert to normal game speed. Okay, I gotta look into that. I gotta figure out how to replicate that. Yeah, the verse syntax looks like ass to deal with. It's like, oh, hey, you accidentally added an extra tab of spaces in this one line. Well, guess what? It doesn't fucking work. It seems like it's going to do that shit. Did I take a break from the Friends Club game? I'm working on both this and the Friends Club game. Just kind of separating the time. I am focusing a little bit more on this because I do think it would be a good thing from a business standpoint. Because Suit for Hire is doing pretty strong right now, so I would say keeping that going is good. But exactly, yeah. In a few hours, I would work on the other project, do a little bit of work on that one. So I'm motivated by money. You're not. Where's your passion? Listen, man. If I didn't have any passion for this, I would probably just quit and do a different type of software development, or maybe figure out a different job in general. I'd work for free. Okay, answer this next question truthfully. Do you live with your parents? Do you pay rent? No, I own a house next to a river. I see. You got pushed. How's it going, man? Crim mod me. I want to time him out. No, don't worry about it. Is this Blender or Godot? These nodes look like the ones you do texture mapping with in Blender. This is Jai. Jai. Jonathan Blow, engine. Language, coding language. It's UE4. UE4. You'd immediately retire if you had to write in Jai? Brother, if I had to write in C#, I'd immediately retire. It doesn't even matter. I'm just not built for that. I heavily respect anybody who can write in C or anything like that and do stuff. I think that shit is so sick. I can't do that. At least currently, in my current mindset, I wouldn't be able to do that. If it's going to calculate where the mouse is currently aiming the world, store that point, switch at the top of the camera, and then move the mouse cursor to the screen position that corresponds. Easier said than done. It's literally what I'm doing. So at the beginning here, we determine was our camera mode prior to this third person mode? Okay, if that's true, save the position. And then from here, we're trying to project the world to screen position. Unfortunately, though, that ain't doing shit for us right now. That's what we got going on. Luckily, it kind of works in third person. I think we can do a little bit more to like get the Y positioning actually working, but what? It always defaults to like a positioning in sort of center screen. I think this project world to screens is not it. Why would someone make a game if they don't even like to make it? For game development, you need a huge amount of dedication and time. Maybe also maybe also money. There's so many other things you could be doing, you know what I mean? There's definitely a lot of other things you could be doing if you're into money. I just enjoy doing this. Isaac, thanks for gifting a membership. Thank you. Thank you. I was once told, hold on, I can't scroll up on my OBS for some reason. Breakpoint to see if the values are correct. Well, the values coming out of this are not correct. The world position is correct. We already checked that with the debug value thing. But this one is not correct. I know it's not because it's obviously we're not receiving the right thing, but it's, ugh, we're gonna have to figure out something different there. Blueprint coded mindset. Yeah, man. No, I think I can like code in other things. Just I like to code in Blueprint. You know what I mean? And I like using a UE, so it's just... I was once told that you need to learn assembly if you want to be considered a proper programmer. That's probably why I don't know C++ now. Who gives a fuck? Just make your games. Just make a game, man. There's way too much opinionated shit in social media and stuff. Like, who cares? You should be using this. You should be using this. You should be using this. Whatever. Whatever. The age of over-communication? 100% agree. Let's go back to libraries. What did world to screen output? It didn't really work. World to screen. Let's try convert world location to screen location. Is that what we were using before? That might be what we were using before. Oh, this needs to be hooked up. Grim, why does it say unstable on your dashboard? Is that your mental state? Where? What do you mean? Where unstable? Yes, it is, actually. As a matter of fact, it is. It's to represent the streamer's mental state. Yeah. Yeah. Always love seeing people build games. I've got a playlist saved of interviews from old Naughty Dog / Insomniac devs. I'm hoping Godot isn't hard to learn. I would say the best thing is just get in there and just start learning stuff. You know, that's the best way to do it. You don't know until you try, right? You don't know until you try. Skip over all the books and shit. Just get in there, throw yourself in there, and embrace frustration. Frustration just means that it's something new for you to learn. Spawn a cube where you aim and then set the mouse position of the cube on tick. The thing is, we're able to use this for the aim assist, right? Is it possible that... No, that should set the mouse position. Man, I don't know, dude. Seems like it's working, just the camera moves after the value is set. I don't think the camera moving is the thing. It always seems to move in the exact same location, even if we aim in like a very different direction. Unfortunately. Screen, project, cursor, mouse, position. Widget position doesn't seem to work. Which I don't know if that needs to be inside of a widget. Widget layout library. Where is it determining the widget? Which widget? There's no widget here. It's not even, huh? Okay, whatever. Get hit result under cursor. The hit result stuff we don't need because we already have the mouse position location here. Now it's just about converting this world space position into screen space, which for some reason I'm just having trouble doing. Even though I'm pretty sure our entire aim assist system works off of that node. I don't... Is the camera position just not set yet? Which is why it's not... Hold on. Can we... Let's do something real stupid real quick. Oh, I can't put a delay here because... Is it very possible that the camera hasn't been set to active before setting the mouse position? Is that possible? I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try something. I know this is the worst function name ever. That's fine. It's because I just need to figure out if this is actually the problem. Is maybe... Set mouse position after cam switch. Maybe it needs to be on a delay. I swear, if this actually works, I'm gonna freak out. I think that one was out of bounds. Hold on, we need to check this. Well, it's doing a lot more than it did before. It's doing a lot more than it did before, gotta say. Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Is it optimal to use a flip-flop node for the camera switch code? You can, and I might have. The problem with doing a flip-flop, though, is now you're letting the flip-flop try to figure out switching between two positionings. And like, let's say you have a system that has a default for like the third-person mode or whatever. That flip-flop node is not going to know about that. So it is better to just do a branch or a switch and then doing that instead of a flip-flop. So let's see. Can we do 0.05 seconds? It seems like the problem is if you try to do the set mouse position instantly right after setting the camera, it doesn't know that that is the new positioning. It's not beautiful, though. I gotta say, it ain't the prettiest thing in the fucking world. And I also don't think it's 100% accurate. Where's the verse code? In my back pocket. Pukes. Uncontrollably. Hold on. Okay. Not accurate. If I set the time to longer, is that more accurate? No. Set mouse position after cam switch. Let's go back here. Project world location to widget position. Let's try the other ones now that we've seen that all it takes is a different, just a little bit of a delay. It's not very pretty though, because the delay, the problem is we use the raw mouse, which is set mouse position. Let's try 0-1. I don't really like doing timers like that, but try 0-1 real quick. It's because the camera is moving up. I think when we do the switch, we have to immediately, let me see where that's happening. I want to say that's an event tick. Where is the tick? Here it is. Oh my God! Calculate camera offset. Set target offset. Huh? Set 3PP third person crosshair. No. Wait. Yes. No. Where is the camera offset? I know it says calculate camera offset right here. But that's not right. Or is it? Enemies in range. What the hell? Calculate gun clipping. Did I put this shit in the wrong place? Oh, come on. Oh, come on. What the fuck? Oh my. Set camera mode. Get spring arm 1. Calculate camera offset, spring arm 1. Yeah. Target offset, current target. Hold on, let me quickly preview this so I can see and then watch this value. No debug data? No, fuck off. Why does it say the target offset is 0? So something else is moving the camera. Something else is moving the camera. I want to say it's in the player controller. Might be in the player controller. Is Krim suffering from lack of his own documentation? No. 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 Nope. I'm suffering from other problems. Yeah. Not a single comment in any graph. I'm impressed. You don't need comments when you write good code. Is the good code in the room with us? Yes. Set camera offset. I think that's the node we want. Yes, man. Yes, man. So, plus camera offset. Forward vector multiply. Line plane intersection. Get laser. Convert multiplication to world space. Or, the problem is that V interpolation is going to keep interpolating. Wait, who's playing right now? I'm hearing so much like cheering outside. What the fuck? World Cup matches. Wait, there's 2 matches on right now? I'm going to assume that was probably Brazil. Flip-flops for quick prototyping. Also delay node, also for quick prototyping. Yeah, generally delay can have some adverse effects, which is why you generally want to avoid it. Did I see the code from Yandere Sim? Did you see the code from Balatro? Was it Balatro? I think it was Balatro. There's a solid amount of places where you could just put down actual genuine comments. I think comments are necessary if your code is shit or it's convoluted, or you're in a team and other people need to understand what your stuff is doing. But a lot of times, for me, I'm able to just go to my, it's just on a basis of finding where my code is doing stuff. That's really the biggest problem. The rest of it is like, once I find the actual node that's doing the thing, like for example, the set camera offset, the rest of it is like, oh, okay, I know what the fuck this is doing. So that's really it for me. That's really it for me. And I know where the problem is. It's because of this interpolation. Because we set the camera to a spot. Let me go somewhere where I won't get shot. That being said, the camera, the cursor is kind of going in a spot that doesn't make sense. Well, does it make sense? No, it doesn't make sense. It's almost like we need to set the relative location of the spring arm. Why would you need comments if we just write descriptive functions like grab object from array and localize and put back in new array? Yes, that's what I'm talking about, man. Is the black fade camera effect at the start intended? Yes, yeah. Yeah, the general rule of thumb, this is something I learned from just like watching some id Software stuff or reading some id Software stuff. The function should be able to say what it's going to do just right off the title. It should not do anything less or anything more. If you're setting something inside of a function, it should not be, it should say explicitly that it's going to set it in the function, but generally be outside of the function. I have done that a few times. I will admit, I have done that a few times in various places. But it's something that I'm trying to do a better job of. Compare source between Soofire and Trainrot? Like, what do you mean? Like the code? Like the quality of the code? Hey, don't get me wrong, Trainrot also has its own issues. It's a multiplayer game, so I'm trying to figure that out too. So, don't want the mouse auto resetting between swapping cameras. Is that the goal? Big thing right now is when we switch the camera location, we want this, we want this relative location to instantly go to where we want it to. I think what we could do is maybe just immediately set the relative location. Hold on, though. Because the relative location of the spring arm... Could I, in theory, just immediately... Like, I might be able to do that, actually. Will the interpolation catch up? I think it should. Hold on. Where is my set mouse position after camera stitch? This is the spot, baby. This is the spot. Wait, no, that's not the spot. Wait, hold on. This is not the spot. Sorry. Set camera mode. This is the spot. Yes, man. So what I'm curious about is if we set the relative location of the spring arm to the, you guessed it, third person mouse position. Let's see if that instantly snaps it into the position. Why do some nodes say relative rotation and some nodes say local rotation? Local rotation? Relative means relative to its parent, which is what it says in the description. So basically, if you were to parent something, it would be the distance or the offset of that thing to the parent or whatever it's parented to. Local, I think, is basically the same thing. I don't know if there's any places where I am using local besides like to add offsets and whatnot. They're, I'm sure probably the same, but they do different things though. Good, Robert. And then he's pro AI because he's always been pro new tech. Yeah, that seems to be a trend within rich people, huh? That seems to be the trend within rich people for some reason. Huh? What? Oh, wait, I just set the relative rotation. I'm stupid. I want to set the world rotation because set world location. I want to set the world location. Set world location. Thank you. And then this should, in theory, remind me to fix that. Fuck. Maybe... this is gonna get real janky. This is gonna be real janky. It's gonna be real janky. Not super happy about this so far. I don't know why it's moving so much further back. There's no way this would do. I think the something ain't right about that project. Project world to screen. This shit ain't, no. What the fuck? Because that would have been so much different. Let's try... I think it might be the camera movement. Yeah, we're doing some camera stuff, trying to make it seamless, going from top down to third person and vice versa. Super niche things, one person. It is niche, but you know, it's one of those things that I think goes a long way from a polish standpoint, but if I can't figure it out, we'll just go back to the drawing board. I got an eyelash in my eye. Give me a second. Hey. What's this? My only problem with interpolation movement, going from one thing to another, my only issue with it is there are certain people who get motion sick from that very easily. So we're aiming here. We need it to be like in the at least the same like area. I really do think it's because the camera is moving a lot. What if I just do this? What if I grab this shit? What if what if I just grab all of the code and then just man, like it would make more sense doing this kinda, but then what if I do get actual location plus the third person movement in the mouse thing and then divided by 2, so we're kind of in a midpoint. Does that get closer to it? It's kind of, I think we'd have to just set the world location at the exact spot where the camera's going to end up being. I think that'll give us a more, like, you see how much it's moving? I think we just have to bite the bullet and copy all of this. Wait, this is literally just a distance modifier. And then we have a rotation value? Oh, God. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I recently played Sensory Overload, which is designed to force motion sickness. Oh, brother, all you have to do is play a VR game that makes you move around using a thumbstick. That's how you get motion sick. It's easy. Just do that for 10 minutes. That'll get you real sick. I played Super Hot in VR. I was fine. All right, you're a Giga Chad, man. You're a Giga Chad. I don't know what to tell you. Got that shit in the bag. I want to test something really quickly. I'm going to set that to 1,500. Wow! Oh, wait, I forgot to just remove that real quick. It's still slightly offset, even... Now, of course, it's not instant, but... You see there's like a slight offset. It's because the camera's still moving a little bit. Ah! My ex used to get sick from movies like Cloverfield with a first-person camera view. My partner gets sick when I test games in Train Rot, when I'm like moving the camera around very quickly. There's a game that turned me green called something like Space Cab. It had 6-axis flying. It did not set well with my VR legs. I have a really stupid idea. I have a really, really stupid idea. Do you guys want to hear my stupid idea? I've got a really stupid idea. What you working on? I'm fixing something stupid that honestly probably is not necessary, but I'm doing it anyway. Okay, hear me out. We call this timer multiple times. This is the stupidest thing ever, but hear me out. What if we call this 3 times? This is definitely not... I don't think this is going to make it in. I'm just doing it because, you know, whatever, fuck it. Let's try it out. Let me try going back to the super fast interpolation speed. I just want to see if we can get it to actually work if the camera is instant. I don't think so. Even if this shit was instant, I don't think so. By the way, this might actually be better. See, it's slightly to the left, even with the slight camera change. Let's try setting a timer after 0.1 seconds. Yeah, baby. It's still being slightly offset. Now, to be fair, the camera is still slightly moving. Huh. Do you think AI can help you? No. I don't know. We don't do that around here, in these parts. We don't do that around these parts. Oh, it's almost perfect, but there is that slight camera change. Did I make the model of the character in Animus, or did I hire? It's a mix of a bunch of stuff. Marketplace asset, animator. Youch! Oh no, the motion sickness is getting him? No, it's more like the fucking allergies, man. The outside wants to kill me. It wants to literally stop my heart. I just want it to be perfectly in the right spot. Is that too much to fucking ask for? Is it too much to ask for this to work? God, I'm getting real mad. I have an idea. 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 This is off. This is awful. Can I just say this is fucking awful? This is horrendous. What if we get this? Okay, hold on. What if we get this looping? Loop it. Loop it. I just want to see what it would look like if we loop it. Just loop it. Wait, what? It's not looping. Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh, is it because we're overriding it? Oh, whoopsies. Oops. Oops. I was wondering why this wouldn't work. Okay, hold on. So will it go to the corner? Oh my God. It is actually getting the right location. It's actually getting the right location. The problem is, how do we get it to a point where it's not shit? Okay, so here's the problem. This locks my mouse cursor to this position. Set that back to 500. What? If the location is off screen, it goes into space. It goes wherever it can go, which is nowhere. Is it because of viewport relative? Oh. because of the viewport distortion. If the game was exactly top down, it would work fine. But because of the fact we're in a 45-degree angle or whatever fucking angle we're at, 70 degrees, it goes slightly to the left. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, so we can set a distance limit on the third-person mouse position. We can set a distance limit. And then we could do that here. Hold on. Okay, you just offset it by some arbitrary value then? We could just do that. Hold on, trying to think here. Pretty easy way of thinking, but I gotta think. I just gotta think. Third person mouse position. We don't care about the Z. The Z could just be the actor location. Then we just have to worry about the X and the Y. I'm doing this in probably like a really stupid way. I could probably do this way better, but it's my way. It's my way. That's what matters. It's my way. Yeah, baby. Probably make that like 500. Then that means, let's say, okay, so in theory, if this works correctly, I should be able to aim at one of those guys, go here, click. Recoil offset? I think it's this. It's the height of where the gun is. All right, now watch this. If I aim at the guy in third person, then go top down. Did I hit the wrong guy? Wait, hold on. Did I hit the wrong? No, I hit the right guy. I hit the right guy. Hold on. Then we do this, and then I go here. Then I go here, and then I go. Here's the problem, though. Our cursor is still locked. Our cursor is still locked. Okay. Also, in theory, if we keep spamming between the two perspectives, well, in theory, if this were to work, it should technically stay in the exact same location. I think the problem now is the third person camera is not the correct one. What happens if you have auto target enemies left on? Oh, trust me, that's a bigger problem. That's a much larger problem. You made a mistake letting people do this on a button and not a toggle in settings? Nah, man, I think it's the coolest thing ever. It reminds me so much of the game I used to play a lot of when I was a kid. Just the fact that you could toggle between third person and first person in that game. God, that was so cool. But yeah, no, obviously it does bring up more design flaw. The iceberg effect, one could say. So obviously we have this on a timer that's looping. Can I maybe now set it to 0.05? Is this still going to work just fine? Let's see. Let's find out. Let's find out. No, it's still being affected by the camera moving. Which, to be honest, I think we could probably just fix by setting this instantly instead. How is this not? Time 0 just means that you call the function instantly, right? But then that doesn't work. Conan Exiles lets you go between first and third person with the scroll wheel. I really like that. And the first person isn't doo-doo like most third person's first person games. That's because they do like true first person, but like it's ass. It's done in a really shitty way. So basically now I make another function that calls clearing it. Right? So this one does the thing, and then this one clears the thing. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. All right. Okay. So here we go. In here we do set timer by function name. This one in here after 0.5 seconds will then clear the looping. Yes, dude. Okay, so let's see, does that work? Oh, but look, you see how it like locks your fucking mouse cursor? That sucks balls. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes that. Nobody liked that in square brackets. Nobody liked that. Maybe we can make it automatically cancel if you try to move the mouse cursor a lot. I am very curious. If we speed this up or make it instant, will the camera still look fine in top down? It's going to be much faster. Everything's going to be much faster. Youch! Let's just speed it up a little bit. I don't think it would hurt if we just speed it up a little bit by 3x. And then we set this to 2.5. It might even work with 0.2 seconds. Still not great though, because we are essentially... Hold on. That does mean, however, it's missing. Oh my. Ah! Nobody likes a system that does shit like this. You know what I mean? Nobody likes it when a game does something like that. When it like takes over your controls. So I don't think that's the solution. That being said, we tested it enough to determine that it will work as long as the camera position is exactly where it needs to be upon switching. You have a nice voice though. How do you practice the voice thing? Lots of milk. Lots of milk. Lots of milk. Cows, not nuts. No milk from nuts. That's fake. It's not real milk. That's just nut juice. I don't know, dude. Genetics, I guess. Genetics, I suppose. So the solution, I think, is not this. The solution, in my opinion, is setting the camera to be in the exact spot it needs to be. Lots of opera in his early years. Yeah, you're right. That's right. That's right. I was an opera singer. That's right. That's right. Yeah, we really just have to like copy this. Yeah, I think there's ways that we can do this. What is this playlist? Blessing My Ears. This is the Easy Delivery Co. game, which is, by the way, very cozy game. Definitely recommend. I haven't played it in a hot minute, but it's extremely cozy. Easy Delivery Co. Where the fuck are you? There it is. Super cozy little game. I only played 25 minutes, but it was very cozy. You just drive around doing deliveries, and then you can listen to a radio. Super chill. Super chill. Yeah, the playlist is kind of crazy. There's a little bit of everything in it. This music also kind of reminds me. This song, I don't know why. I feel like I heard this in a different game. Am I crazy? I feel like I've heard this in a different game. It's a game where you like build boats and then like combat or something. Okay, we're gonna skip. We're gonna skip the loop, turn off the loop. We'll just do it after 0.01 seconds. It's not perfect, but it's technically better than what it was before, right? In theory. It's kind of aiming in the general direction, but it's not perfect. At least it's not like blocking your aim anymore though. Youch! So honestly, I'll take that for now. For now. It's not 100% where I want it to be, but it works for now. Guys though, dude, I'm gonna be honest, I'm so sore from working out. I gotta eat. I'm so hungry. I don't think we're doing train rot again today. I think I might actually do it off stream. I might work a little bit on some of the levels. Actually, wait, I'll show you guys. I think I did work on one of the levels. I'll just quickly show you guys. I'll show you guys what I did with the laundromat, because I think I did that off stream a little bit. Let me just submit on Perforce. What did we do? Improved aim direction when swapping between third person and top down. And then what else did we do? Death screen, quick restart now works. Quick restart keybind now works. And I think we did some other shit, but then, you know. Yeah. I've been pretty bad at balancing both games on stream. It really is just a basis of how long can my energy go? How long can the calories in my system go on before I just die? Why isn't this project opening? Hello? Hello? Do you mind opening? Do not open a second instance of Writer. Here, I'll just so nobody gets confused, I'll do this. I'll just change the text thingy. This screen makes you look smart. Which one? This one? Hell yeah. I'm a bit of a C++ coder. I'm a bit of a C++ wizard. I be coding and shit. Why is this taking so long? Why is this taking so long? Can you hurry it up? This is better than Visual Studio. Yeah, by a mile. By actually 5 miles. Actually by like 10, by like 100, by like, what's the distance between Canada and, what's the distance between Toronto and Los Angeles? Whether that many miles. A lot of miles. Lot of miles. Lot of kilometers. It is like night and day quality of life difference. Oh. Sorry, I'm just dying. Okay, let me see if I can spawn the laundromat. Okay, first try. Why is my game freaking out? I want it to be a little bit closer. Okay, there. Third car, whatever. It's so crazy going from Suit for Hire to this game, because I feel like this game visually is starting to look really cool. Obviously, you know, still missing a few pieces and whatnot, but it's looking cool, man. I literally just want to check out the laundromat. Can you guys fuck off? Monsters be gone. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, take a look at the laundromat. What's better than Elon? What's better, Elon Musk or Elon Max? Me, Crimson, first. Look at this shit. I don't know if I did this on stream. You can. There's like a secondary exit over here. You gotta climb up. Did I do this on stream? I don't even remember. There's a little window, so it kind of changes things up. And then we got some tables here, because obviously you're going to be hiding from a monster, so we need to make sure that you can survive. A little bit of jumping challenges over here. We got a ladder going up to the window over there. Up! Yeah, laundromat. It's the laundromat back rooms. Yeah, pretty cool. Can you wash your friends? Oh, don't worry. Something else will wash your friends for you. Oh yeah, it'll wash them real good. And then we have the other way of getting up to this window, like that. Whee! Anyways, that's all. That is all. Haven't made any other progress on this project thus far, just yet. Still doing a lot of the level design stuff. We gotta do some play testing, because like we gotta do some play testing. You stay right there. He is actually stuck. He can't get through the door anymore. Oh, never mind. Oh, spoke too soon. Playtesting? What's that? I literally don't know. But we need to get to that ASAP, because we haven't done too much of that for this project. Anyways, cool. Next stream tomorrow. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for lurking, chat, and sticking around, and I'll see you guys then. Hopefully we'll actually be able to work on both projects tomorrow. I think I'm taking a rest day from the gym, so hopefully I'll start earlier. So we'll hopefully be able to do both projects. What the hell? Yes, and then figure out the gameplay loop for this game, because that still seems to be a problematic issue. Still figuring out how to make this game fun. It's fun-ish. The making the trains larger definitely made it a lot more interesting to explore the areas, though. So that's good. Now we just gotta figure out the rest of the game. Supposedly horror, right? Yeah. We're working on that. Working on that a little bit. Youch. Ouch. Yeah, getting there. We'll get there sooner or later. You got him, Nick. All right. I am going to hop out, though. I'm hungry. My throat's hurting. I'll see you guys tomorrow. See you then. Thanks for dropping by. More development on both games tomorrow. Hopefully. Maybe we work on Train Rot for the tomorrow's stream, just because we haven't done it in the past 2 streams. Maybe we do that. Balance in all things. Yeah. But yeah, peace out. Have a great day, everybody.